My name is Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, also known as Bobi Wine, and today is the 24th of January 2026. It's exactly 8 days since I escaped from my own house following a raid that was carried out by the military and police at my home on the orders of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, Museveni's son, and the Chief of Defense Forces. We had gotten earlier intelligence from our friends within the army that he had issued orders to his men to come and harm me. So when we saw them jumping over our fence on the night of 16th January, I somehow escaped from my home and left. That night they didn't enter into our house. They stopped in the compound. 3 days ago, they once again jumped into our fence, hurled profanities to my wife, and threatened to break into my house. That was the second time. Now last night was the third time for them to raid us. They came in hundreds, according to my wife. They broke every door in our house, including those that were not locked. They took away all our documents, from academic documents, land title deeds, and all important documents. They took every gadget, phones, chargers. They took our internet system. They even took all the laptops, including children's school laptops. They also took away our CCTV camera system and destroyed anything that they could destroy, broke glass and cut even our chairs. They put my wife on gunpoint, demanding that she shows them where I was. They even forced her to remove the passwords from her phone and our laptops, but she refused.
Oyo ye Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, His Excellency, ng'agezaako kunnyonnyola kikyamanyi ekyatuuseewo olunaku lw'eggulo. Ebyo byonna abyogera ng'ali mu dduka oba ng'ali mu hiding. Nga waakugambye, it's been almost a week okuva we twafuna amawulire ago nti something was happening in Magere, nti abasirikale baali basazeeko amaka ge n'afuna engeri gy'addukamu. Since then abadde aliira ku nsiko. Olunaku lw'eggulo, I think it's safe to say nti buli Munnayuganda yafunye reality check. Waliwo video yali etambula ku internet ng'obudde buzibye, nga mulimu eddoboozi ly'omukyala. Eventually twategedde nti yabadde Barbie Kyagulanyi, ng'awoggana ng'abuuza abasirikale mutwagaza ki. Eyo video oyinza okugamba nti yasendinze shockwaves in most Ugandans throughout the entire internet. Bannayuganda bangi bagisharinze mangu nnyo. It was a shock eri abo kyendowooza abadde bagamba nti zino stunt, abagamba nti zino documentary. Nga mu kavidiyo kano osobola okulaba abasajja abatambula mu compound nga Barbie Kyagulanyi ali ku balcony waggulu. She's shouting out for help in a way nga ababuuza mutwagaza ki. It was a scary video.
You people, what do you want in our compound? What is it that you want in our compound? What do you want in our compound?
Ka video keeko nga olaba abasajja ab'amaanyi nga bali mu compound batambula. Later twategedde nti baade b'amagye. According to Barbie, yakunnyonnyodde what happened. Tujja tuuka waawo naye in the same night Solomon Kampala n'akola post ezo. Nga you can tell he's a desperate young man ali mu kutya. Bannayuganda bangi baavuddeyo ne bamujajinga, naye njagala kukubuuza gwandaba. Oyina taatawo aliira ku nsiko nga okimanyi there's been a clear warning nti they can kill him, bayinza okumugyawo. Ekyo n'okigumira. Then one night oli waka more than 1,000 miles from home n'ofuna ka text oba n'ofuna essimu nga maama wo akugamba waliwo abasajja abali mu compound bagezaako okuyingira mu nnyumba. How would you react? As a normal human being, the expectation is nti maama wanjawulo mu bulamu bwo. Kyemanyi gwandaba mu comment section osobola okukola ebintu ebitagambika olwa maama wo. Your normal response, your normal human being. Omuvubuka ono mwana muto, he's a young man. He is a young man. Tanasuuka myaka, if I'm not wrong, tanasuuka myaka 22. He's young. Ali in a foreign country. Yes, mpulira nnyo nga mugamba obanga you use it against him nti ali mu America, tewali kifo ku nsi kuno kisinga waka. Ekyo nkigamba. Era omuntu yenna adda onaneko kugamba mbu ali America yeyagala byogerako tebitegeera. You don't know. East or west, home will always be best. Waka, no matter how bad it is. Home is always the best. So omuvubuka ono mwana muto alese baganda be, alese maama we taata we e Uganda. That's his home. Agenze ebweru asome. One night ali munju oba one morning because of time difference afuna message oba a call from mama nga akaaba. Essimu ya mama nga akaaba, there is a way it hits. Enengeri gye kkolamu. Kyemmanyi gwandaba oba okyali wa mukisa ng'olina maama wo kyenjogerako okitegeera. Essimu ya maama nga akaaba ya njawulo oba ng'ali mu bulumi. So muvubuka anyiiga. He is a human being, comes out n'akola post ezo. Solomon, yes, the language was extreme. One thing kyenyinza okumunenyaako kuzideletinga. Do not delete. If you post something, kirekewo, eyetayete. Yes, you posted the language was extreme, I agree, but that's how you felt. And that's your opinion. To deletinga. Next time, birekeeko, eyetayete. If someone doesn't agree with the language, nchimanyi might seem extreme, naye tali mbigereyo. They are not. Singa yabadde muzaddewe nga yali ku side eri y'essimu. I have a feeling buli muntu akunenya yandiyogedde n'ebintu ebiri extreme. The difference is nti gwoli mwana wa Kyagulanyi. Nti yes, when you said it, abantu abamu bakikozesa nga opportunity. Ne bagamba katukozese the post the son has made to blame taata we. Naye nga kyemmanyi bonna abaakunenyeza in their capacity bandikoze ekiri wasi. Manyi abantu bangi nga they can even kutemaatema lwa maama. So don't blame the kid ali 1,000 miles away from home nga taata we ali ku duka nga somewhere on the internet oli agamba ajja kumudecapitatinga agenda mudeletinga, then he gets a call from the mom nga maama amugamba abasajja bajja munju simanyi kiddako. Omanyi ba maama balina engeri gye boogeramu. So I have a feeling nti out of fear Barbie might have said something. N'agamba solo cause kyemmanyi mu kavidiyo kengenda okuzannyira we yakubidde ducks according to her words yamugambye this is the end. I have a feeling ana kye yagambye omwana ono. Omwana n'atya. Najja ku internet nga he has lost hope. N'akola post ezo. Solomon Kampala, do not delete. If you post kirekeeko gwe kiruma kimulume. Barbie Kyagulanyi yavuddeyo n'atunyumiza story kye kyagenze mu maaso, and the story is scary. Mbale nda video eno nga one thing keeps on running through my head, over my mind constantly. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, he is Bobi Wine. Whether omwagala oba tomwagala, he is Bobi Wine. Y'omu ku bayimbi mu East Africa ab'amaanyi. Y'omu ku bayimbi mu ggwanga lyaffe abanene. Kati nvudde ku Bobi Wine nzize ku Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu His Excellency abadde mu presidential run bbiri nga there is a common thought nti ezo run aziwangudde, meaning he's a very significant figure in the country. If Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu basobola okumuyisa we bati, whoever is doing this nga asobola okuyisa Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu bw'atyo, ate olwo ffe kiyenje, ate olwo gwandaba kiyenje, singa embeera etuuka nga bakutteko, what would happen? Nkugambye ono Bobi Wine ne nkugamba ono Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu abadde mu run bbiri eza president. If the person doing this ayina ekikonfi ekiyingira mu nju ye, he does what he does, n'afuluma ng'akimanyi, no repercussion. What can happen to you? What can happen to me? What can happen to anyone ayinza crossinga path y'omuntu oyo? It's scary. Mbadde ndaba video ya Barbie and that kept running through my head. It is scary. Wandigambye nti because of the following this man has, omuntu ofunamu okutya n'ogamba kamuleke. Maybe the repercussions oba the noise will be a lot. Kati nze kiyenje gwe kiyenje andaba. Siri kuvuma nenjagala onfollowinga bulungi wano. Kyenjogerako kitegeera. Ono Bobi Wine. Ono Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Naye nga a person has the confidence to go in his home n'amuyisa bw'atyo. Nga mu kaseera kano aliira ku nsiko. What can happen to you, to me? Katandike video.
At around 10:30, I had my dinner and closed the house because I am alone at home. The people that we live with in our home, each one of them retreated to their place of abode. So when I switched off the lights in my bedroom, I switched on my side bed light to read at least 2 pages of the book I was reading. Then our askari called me. He told me these men have broken again, but this time they are more in number and they are not in the same uniform as that group that normally comes. So he said there are many, just prepare. So I asked him where he was, and he told me he was in a safe place. Our place is a very big place. He was in a place where we pump water from. So I switched off the phone, switched on the lights, put away some phones, and then locked the bedroom. But then I saw that wasn't wise. I opened the door to the veranda to get at least a video, some evidence, because
I think ka video ke twalabye, that's the point where she records it. Nga amaze okutegeera nti there are some people abaze mu compound nga afunyemu okuti askari amukubidde essimu nga she's scared. She goes out to get video footage.
Number, I knew when they come they will take away every kind of evidence. So I took a video and sent it to my son and told him, Solomon, these people are here, but this time it's a bigger number, it's a different group. He said, can I post this? I said, please post it. Then I called our other son. I called him son, but I called Dax. Dax is Bobi's younger brother. I called him and said, Dax, this is the end.
Okawulidde ako. So Barbie akubira Dax amugamba, this is the end. Kyenagambe kiri nti sometimes mothers can say certain words, abatabani, they misinterpret them. Abatabani ne balowooza nti kiwedde. So I think at that moment, Solomon waaviirako. Dax waakola audio eyatambudde ku internet, kyemayi banawo wagirabye. That's what I think.
He said, what do you mean? I said, these people are here. So I locked the bedroom and then I walked downstairs. They had already put ladders at the front of the house. On those stairs, they had put ladders and were climbing to come to the veranda of our bedroom. So So I locked the bedroom and walked down. Then I went to the bathroom, the general bathroom downstairs, and I called one of our neighbors. Everyone I called actually picked up very fast. I told him, we are in trouble, please alert the neighborhood. In that moment, they started saying in Nyankole, Igura. Then I came out of the bathroom and came to the sitting room. They were in the windows. Every window that you see on that house had like 7 people peeping through it. They said, Igura. And I said, Tinkuzabu Igura. They literally meaning open. And I said, I'm not going to open. Then I sat on the stairs. And they broke the door, broke the windows. A swarm of men, big muscles, height so high, they looked the same. When I looked down, they had almost the same shoe size. That group is a group that is, you can see that they selected them according to height, to weight, to size, to color. And they belong from one tribe. They all swam in. At that moment, I looked down on the floor. Then I could see footsteps going to different directions of the house. Some going to the corridors, some going to the lounge, and some bypassed me on the stairs, and went upstairs. Now, in that moment, one of them came and told me, come and sit in the chair. I got off the stairs, I sat on the floor. Because in that moment, I wasn't sure my knees would allow me to stay in the chair. I sat on the floor. So he walked behind me, knelt behind me, and said, give me the phone. And I did this, I gave it to him. Then he said, remove the password. I said, I'm not removing the password. He said, in Nyankole password. And I said, password Kilaji.
Kampozingako wano. Kati gwe shaba atayogera Lunyankole gwe kasumba. Chikulekawa gwe kamoga. Gwe shaba nga tumanyi gamba agandi. Chikulekawa. Onfuna bulungi wano. Soba mugamba jamu password. Simanyi kyogera mu Lunyankole. Naye kyemanyi Barbie akyogeddeawo. Abagamba sijja kugijjamu. Chikulekawa gwe nga ne agandi togimanyi. Tweyongereyo.
Walked past me with the phone, went outside, talked to some people, came in with 4 men. Extra. Already the sitting room has more men standing, some with hammers. Each one of them was armed. I have never seen such firearms. New, fresh. So ignore the other like 40, 50 that were in the sitting room. He called in new people. They came. When they came, he went back behind me. I was wearing my husband's nightie because these days I was feeling like I can't wear my nighties. Something is going to happen in that night. So I was wearing a biker, and on top of it, I was wearing the nightie. So he held the trousers of the nightie and pulled me up. Then he held the shirt of the nightie from the back. He was using one arm. So he held it, then he brought the phone in front of me and said, remove the password. I said, I have told you I will not remove the password. The one that he came with held me like here and lifted me off my feet in the leg like this. So when he lifted me, in self-defense, I kicked him because he was in front of me. So I kicked him in the groin and then he walked away. This one pulled me, the buttons of my shirt broke, and he stayed with my shirt in his hands. Now, I just walked away from them and went and stood in one corner. But remember, this is a house full of men. Some looked away. Some were unbothered. One of them said in Uganda, Nedda mama muti ze sata yambali.
At least there's some decency. At least mwabaddemu some of them who are decent enough okutegeera nti omukyala we yeeyambula, you look away, you lower your gaze. Okutegeera nti okwambula omuntu is not a good act. But again, engeri gya describingamu events ezagenze mu maaso kukwata mbulago kusituza mukono gumu bwe guti meaning nga nagasajja galina ga mu maaso meaning nga nagasajja ga maanyi kutembulago n'amusitula mu bbanga ng'ono amusika eno bw'ati kyanaku.
Then one of them held his hand and walked him out. One of them picked the shirt and said, "Put up your hands and I dress you up." I said, "I can dress myself up. Give me my shirt." Gave it to me. I put it on. Of course, the buttons were not on. And then I sat down. When I sat down, they lifted me again. Now, this time by these, because I play to these when I'm going to sleep. That same man held me by my hair, lifted me up. We have holes in the sitting room, and hit my head on the pole and slit my mouth. So when he hit me, he pulled me down and sat me down. Then he pushed my head and I went down, and they sat on me. I could feel 4 bodies seated on me. Then he said, "Will you give me the password?" I said again in Unyankore, "You have already done enough. You are not getting the password." There was someone who was like commanding them. He came in, he said, "What's happening here?" He said, "Leave her alone." Then I sat. Meanwhile, in that moment, they were already upstairs, creating havoc. The ones who were outside were beating our askari and the other boy that we lived with. Some other group was already in our helper's room, picking her up from her house. Now, they bring her, she's holding her cross and her Bible. She is new, she doesn't know anything. They ask her, "Where is the controller room of these cameras?" She said, "I am new, I don't know anything." They bring in the askari. They want to take him upstairs. He says, "I have never gone that side. I don't know what's there." They ask him, where is the basement? And he said, "I am new here. I know nothing like the basement." They ask him, "Where are the children?"
This is serious. So bambuuza abaana baliwo banoonya oba banoonya control room ya camera. They ask about the basement. So I think bade balowooza nti either Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu His Excellency ali mu nju eyo obanga balowooza alina basement mu nnyumba mwe yeekweka. Ekyokusatu nga baagala kimu password. Naye Barbie mukyala mugumu. Those are scary moments.
And he said the children went for holidays after Christmas. Where did they go? And he said, "I don't know." So in that moment, they were already picking the camera controllers, they were already picking the MiFi, they were already picking all the phones in the room. They took AirPods, chargers, power banks, hoofers, radios, anything electrical, laptops, everything. These people were drunk. The house was stinking. So in that moment I realized that it was not going to end. They took the girl out, they took the askari out, and then they started asking me, "So you brought your brother to run in the Kampala MP seat. Did he win? You think you can just bring foreigners and bring them in Kampala and think they will win in Onyankole?" And then another one asked me and says, "Okashwebwa mwinazi w'Omuganda, Abanyankole okota kubaleko. You got married to a," I don't know what they call a mwinazi. What do they call a mwinazi in English? A mwinazi is like a traitor. It's like the worst person that there can be in the world.
Wow. Mulimu ebintu nga they just make you speechless. Nja kusaba Gwanda bangu omanye Olunyankole tuyambe otukoleka translation Barbie kyayogedde. Naye nga from the room bamugambye the word she said translation eringa eya traitor. Kyanaku nnyo. It's so sad. I'm speechless. Ekyokuzaako sikimanyi.
He said, "You married that traitor of Uganda. Were you not seeing them in your food? In that moment, I think out of rage, I started feeling dizzy. I started feeling hot. I asked for water. They brought me water. Those same people gave me my water. I drank it. And then the next time I got to see myself, I was sleeping in a pool of vomit on the veranda outside. And they were gone. So it is the askari who drove me out and brought me here. In that whole mix, we still had the police which has kept me under house arrest for 8 days. The other thing they kept asking me was, where is your husband? I told them I don't know where he is. They said, before we beat that round head of yours, where is your husband? I said, you can do whatever you like. I don't know where he is. They even asked the same thing to that guy. And he said, he went to vote, he came back the next day, I didn't see him because I work in the evening, so I don't know what time. That's how it was. But by the time they left, they had broken all the doors. They had broken all the windows. You'll see the pictures. They had pulled down the TV. They had caused havoc everybody everywhere. Pulled my children's clothes out of wardrobes. Pulled beds out of the room. They had scratched the walls. They took anything that they felt was of value.
Behavior. Barbie akunyonyodde what exactly happened. Mukasera kano, as always, tujja kulinda tulabe police kyejo tugamba. Tujja kulinda tulabe response ya authorities. Maybe bajja tugamba nti these were thieves oba badde babbi nga they are disguising as soldiers oba they are disguising as policemen. Tetumanyi. We shall wait for the official communication ya authorities. Police na amaje. Nkusaba oteeke endowooza mu comment section. Nze byampeddeko. I'm speechless. Teeka endowooza yo mu comment section wansi awo ku byolabye. Kikyolowooza. Where are we headed? This was a scary moment. Kyabadde kitiisa. Teeka endowooza yo mu comment section wansi awo. Nja kulaba mu video eddako. Peace.